This farm field near the W12A landfill in South London is a recommended location to build London's emergency services campus, a training centre for London Police, the fire department, and more.
It's land that the city owns, which is significant cost savings. It's also near the W12A landfill, which means it's not in a populated area and has really quick access to the 401, 402 corridors.
A consultant's feasibility study and review of city-owned properties narrowed the search to two properties that make up the buffer around the landfill. The 129 acres at 3243 Manning Drive would be developed in stages to include training facilities for police and fire, London's next-generation 911 call centre, a new municipal emergency operations centre, a shooting range for police, a new burn tower for firefighters, as well as a provincial hazmat response unit. But area resident Alan Tipping says rural communities in that area must be considered, especially if smoke will be emitted when firefighters are training.
I get to smell the landfill here on my property. There's a community right beside this property, basically, called Glanworth, that's going to be subject to this.
There are two significant planning principles council will have to consider about this site. First, located on the extreme south end of London, this is well outside the urban growth boundary. And second, these are prime agricultural lands. The staff report going to a council committee explains that prime agricultural lands can be developed if alternative locations have been evaluated and there are no reasonable alternative locations which avoid prime agricultural areas.
I think there's always concerns when you have to go outside the urban growth boundary and build on prime agricultural land. In this case, there's not much of a choice but to do so. When you think about the fact that we don't have a parcel of land this size that is appropriate within the urban growth boundary.
Funding for the emergency services campus came forward in the police budget and was approved by council. But the mayor believes that the provincial and federal governments could become co-funders if additional facilities related to regional public safety are included on the campus.
I've had ongoing and active discussions with provincial ministers and our federal MPs about this, and those are progressing really well.
A report about the proposed location will be in front of the Infrastructure and Corporate Services Committee on July 16th. Daryl Newcombe, CTV News.